All that glitters, is it gold? Another online savings account paying over 2% annual percentage yield. But is it right for you? Welcome to the Money Growth Academy. My name is Dee, and this is where you learn to master your wealth to free yourself. We give you real practical and tactical knowledge and skills to improve your EKG. That's your ability to earn, keep, and grow your money. First of all, who is Synchrony Bank? And how come you've never probably heard of them? Synchrony Bank is actually owned by Synchrony Financial, formerly part of GE Capital Finance before it was actually sold. So Synchrony Financial is an 85-plus-year-old consumer finance services company with over $64 billion in deposits and about $14.8 billion in revenue. And if you hold a retail store or gas station credit card, well, there's a good chance it's a Synchrony Financial credit card. They're the largest provider of private label credit cards in the U.S. So you may not know Synchrony Financial, but there's a good chance they may know you. And that's who owns Synchrony Bank. Let's dig into the pros and cons of a Synchrony High Yield online savings account so you can decide if it's right for you. We'll start with the pros first, and the reason why we've even started talking about Synchrony High Yield Savings account and their 2.25 APY. That's annual percentage yield. And look, you're not going to get rich saving at 2.25 annual percentage yield. But what it will do is allow you to earn a moderate return and maintain a reasonable level of liquidity without the worry of a risk of losing the money you set aside for your emergency fund, the next vacation, a car or a house, and it's safer than under your mattress, and it pays you interest. Because if your money is sitting under your mattress or in some shoebox under the bed or in the closet, you're actually losing money because of inflation. A simplified definition of inflation is a general and sustained increase in the prices of goods and services, resulting in a decrease in the purchasing power of your money. In other words, everything costs more, thus your hard-earned dollars buys less. Think about it. The average rate of inflation in the U.S. in 2018 was 2.54%. That means for every dollar you stuck under your mattress last year, it was effectively only worth 97 cents at the end of the year. Ouch. Now, there is some good news. The early part of this year, inflation was slightly down, averaging around right about 1.76%. So let's look at the impact inflation has on the two most popular places people normally save their money: mattresses or at a local bank or credit union. If you saved your money under your mattress over the course of the first 5 months of this year, every dollar saved under your mattress is now only worth 98 cents per dollar. If you saved your hard-earned dollars in a local bank or credit union savings account, earning only 0.10 annual percentage yield, inflation is still getting the best of you, right? Because inflation is running at 1.76%, and you're only earning 0.01. That means every dollar in your bank or savings account that is earning 0.10% is really only worth 98 cents, about the same as your mattress, but at least it's safe. You get a debit card and access to an ATM machines, and if you need cash, well, you can't do that with a mattress. There's no mattress app. Well, I guess there is. It's called a purse or a wallet. Anyways, it actually cost you money to save your money last year. Now you know why it's so hard for the average American to get ahead. Let me move on to some of the other pros offered by Synchrony Bank. Your money is FDI insured up to $250,000. It's easy to set up your Synchrony online account. You simply go to synchronybank.com. You're going to click open account at the top right corner of the screen, and then you're going to follow the remaining prompts, and it'll get you there. Opening up a Synchrony high yield savings account is very, very easy. So let me just show you kind of how to do that. As you go online here, there's a number of different links that you'll see here. You don't want that. You want this one that says Synchrony Bank High Interest Savings, CDs, and Money Markets. We're going to give that a click. Okay. And when we get to the home page here, you're going to hit Open Account. And then if you're a new customer, you're going to click Get Started. If you're already a customer, you'll hit one of these. But let's assume it's a new customer. And as we click that, then it's going to give us some products to select. And we're looking right now, we're talking about high yield savings accounts. We're going to click that. And so we've selected high yield savings accounts. And you'll have to decide whether you have an individual or joint account. I'm going to click individual. How did you hear about us? And I'm just going to put referral as a means because, maybe you saw it online as we're talking about it. There's no promo code, so I'm not going to worry about that. And then I'm going to hit next, select options. And then here, let's say opening deposit, I'm going to put $25 in there to open the account. And yes, let's say I want an ATM card because, I can get up to $1,000 per day if I want to out of there. And then I'm just going to click on this rates and terms, and you can see those deposit amounts, the APY, the interest rate. Now the APY says 2.25, and then the interest rate says 2.23. Now you want to understand this. This is pretty simple, and that is interest rates are calculated without compounding. So it doesn't take into account the compounding interest that takes place. APY, it factors in compounding. So this is what you're actually getting, is this APY. And then when we take a look at that, we're going to go, what will you need? So we hit that next button there. And so these are some of the things you're going to need as you get ready to fill out this online application. You're going to have your name, address, physical address, date of birth, taxpayer ID or social security number. Also, you're going to need your driver's license or state ID card. You also want to make a decision again about whether it's going to be a joint account. If it is a joint account, there are some things here that you want to be aware of, right, in terms of citizenship, U.S. permanent resident address, and having to be at least 18 years old. Now, when you make that initial deposit, and that's going to be handled electronically, that's just right down here, and you're going to need your bank account number and your or transit number. You're going to need both of those. So, and then down here, we're going to go next, provide our owner information. And then here we go. So now we're into completing the rest of the owner, and you're the owner. You're the one that owns the account. You're going to fill out your name, first and last, social security number, date of birth, email address. And then it's just going to walk you through each one of these. So I'm not going to walk through the remainder of these, but you'll just hit, it'll ask you some questions about beneficiaries. So in the event something happens to you and, who's the money to be left to, you want to make sure you complete that. Opening deposits, so how much the amount was going to be, and that's where those routing numbers, that comes into account, and the bank account numbers become important to have. So, and then 4, kind of review the overall application as you've assembled it online, and then you want to walk through the terms and agreements to get that finer detail of things that you'll want to know before you open the account. So I would have loved that those terms and agreements were available somewhere else to kind of look at. Now you can go down to disclosures and look at some of those things, but make sure you go through those terms and agreements. You can actually go through those fairly fast. They might look complicated, but they aren't, but I sure would encourage you to do so. Hey, so guys, it's just that easy to open a account, and to do that, it really should take you no more than about 10 or 12 minutes to complete it. That's how easy it is. More pros to having a Synchrony High Yield Savings account are: you have access to your account by phone or ATM up to $1,000 per day. Now, this is something few online savings accounts provide, which could be a positive or could be a negative. So you have to decide if that much access to your savings account is a plus or not. There's a mobile app available to help you manage your money quickly and easily from virtually, anywhere. This includes depositing checks, transferring funds, and ordering deposit slips, all from your mobile devices. There are no minimum balance requirements, but I will tell you this: if your account is left with zero balance for more than 60 days, Synchrony Bank, they'll close that puppy down. Because, if there's no money in it, is it really a savings account? There are no fees associated with your Synchrony savings account, so you don't have to worry about that, getting knick-knack with all these fees. It does also have integration with mint.com if you use that service. They have a phone number you can call for customer service and a chat line option even. So for some people, having someone that you can talk to over the phone makes it feel like, like you're a little closer to your money anyway. Now let's jump into the cons. You don't have the ability to write checks, and like most savings accounts, the APY is variable, meaning it can change up or down, depending on the Fed fund rates. And as an example, we recently released a video review of Marcus Goldman Sachs High Yield Savings account. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you go back and go watch that before you make a decision on which online bank to choose. And at that time, Marcus was offering 2.25% annual percentage yield. And as of at least as of this release, Marcus has lowered that rate to 2.15 APY. Interest is calculated daily rather than monthly, and if you want to understand the difference between the two, make sure you go back and watch our video, Wealthfront High Yield Savings Accounts video, where I explain the difference. There'll also be a link in our show notes below that will take you exactly to that spot on that video. This is not a pro or a con, but it's actually worth noting. You only get 6 withdrawals or transfers during the statement cycle, which includes electronic transfers, checks, and wire transfers. And if you find yourself having to take out more than 6 withdrawals in a month, and more occasionally, well, they'll close your account. At least they have the option to do that. Synchrony provides 6 ways to make a deposit into your Synchrony savings account. You can transfer money from a Synchrony bank account if you have an existing account, or you can use electronic transfer or ACH. There's also mobile check deposit that you can use. There's direct deposit from a third party like an employer, so you can have that set up. And you can wire transfer, so you can transfer, and those wire transfers must be initiated by the sending bank, of course. And you can use personal checks or cashier's checks. And obviously, if they make it that easy to put money in, you want multiple ways to get your money out, and Synchrony provides 3 ways to access your money. You can get the optional ATM card. There's no limit to the number of transactions, up to $5 reimbursement per month for those ATM fees. You can also, there's electronic transfer. There's no fee or no charge by Synchrony on a transfer. If there is a fee, it's coming from the transferring bank. And you can use a wire transfer. You'll have to call Synchrony, and you only get only up to 6 withdrawals per month. Look, banks are in business to make money. They're not a 501c3 organization, so be aware and be smart about where you decide to put your money. We do our best to give you information that can be helpful in making a better informed decision. Be careful and look over any additional services these institutions offer you. To achieve wealth, you must become a student of money, right? And you have to also be a great steward of your money. Don't be afraid to dig in and ask a few questions. Make that phone call, get some clarifications to questions that you might have of that financial institution. Do you have a Synchrony High Yield Savings account? If so, let us know in the comments below what your experience has been like using Synchrony's online savings account. Let us know in the comments below your favorite high yield savings account or one you would like us to take a look at. We'd be glad to do that. Oh yeah, if you like this video, well, click the thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified of our upcoming videos designed to help you earn more, keep more, and grow what you keep. We'll see you next time.